Vicky, what's wrong?
2 words. Clint Buchanan.
That's why I always say exes should be seen and not heard and sometimes not even seen.
Yeah, well, that's not an option when your ex is under house arrest and lives in your own house.
All right, well, you need to do 3 things. Sit, breathe, and tell me what Clint did this time.
Noelle, it's so bad.
Bad.
He kissed me.
Where's Vicky? Nigel, I asked you a question.
Indeed you did. Would you mind repeating it?
What's going on with you?
It's nothing. Nothing at all.
Like hell. Nigel, spill. Maybe I can help.
I'm afraid this is beyond even your capabilities. The situation is terminal.
Oh, please. Tell me that you're not sick.
Sick at heart, sir. And I'm not alone. Behold.
This can't be happening. Fraternity row was supposed to be forever. Now it's not just gonna be there anymore.
Oh, it's okay. You'll adjust. I mean, after all, it's just a TV show.
It is not just a TV show. It was not just a TV show when Lorraine and Durwood went back in time and they filled in for Paul Revere. And it was not just a TV show when Bro and Maura Warner skied over a tidal wave to get to their wedding. And now it's not just a TV show. It's family. My mom, Stella, she passed it down to me, and I passed it down to Natty and Rex, and you betcha that Rex is passing it down to Shane.
I don't understand. You told me to stay away from Jack. I thought you hated him.
Yeah, I do, because of what he did to my mom.
So then why do you want me to go out with him?
Because you can help me finally make him pay.
I need to know everything. Everything Stacy has been up to since she showed up alive. Start talking.
Don't worry, I'll talk. I'll talk your pretty little ear off after you get me the hell out of here.
I'm working. Aubrey is in Lambview right now, getting the photo that'll prove Cutter set you up to take the ball for him.
Peachy. And as soon as she gets it, I will point you in Stacy's direction.
And how exactly are you going to do that? You said you didn't know where she was.
No, but I know my girl Stacy, so wherever she is, I'll find her. I have been to this place.
You're saying you've been to the Bonjour Cafe?
I must have.
No, look, it's like I said. It just feels familiar because it's so much like the Buenos Dias in Lambview. This is, I mean, it's a lot.
I know what you said, but it's more than that. I have been here, at the Bonjour, in Paris, Texas.
Are you saying you got your memory back?
How long do you think it'll take your little blonde friend to deliver the goods?
If Rama has the original photo, Aubrey will get her hands on it.
Well, I'm sure her hands look much better than mine do right now. As soon as I climb my way out of this pit, I'm going to treat myself to a nice little manicure. And I'm going to carve my name into Clint Buchanan's face for letting me rot in here.
Hey, I wouldn't start making plans just yet, okay? Rama could have deleted the photo.
Are you kidding? Like she would ever give up any ammo she has on Cutter. That picture is worth way more than 1,000 words.
Why would Rama turn on Cutter?
Oh, don't let her pretty face fool you. That girl is an animal. She'd rip your beating heart right out of your chest. Oh, Roxy, I'm so sorry. I had no idea how much this TV show meant to you. But you know, back in India, we have a saying. What's the use of crying when the birds have eaten up the whole farm? What I mean is, you know, the show is canceled. It's canceled. What's the point in crying? It's not going to bring the show back. But you know what? I can fix you a drink. That may hit the spot. Can I fix you a Deli Belly?
No, hell no. I gotta keep my head very clear right now, and you are right. There's no use in crying just because some empty suit thinks that fraternity row is for the birds. And I gotta go fix it.
I think you misunderstood my analogy.
No, I think you were very clear. I gotta go.
But you have 4 appointments this afternoon.
No, we'll reschedule. I got a show to save.
Nigel, don't believe everything you read.
With all due respect, this publication is an exceedingly reliable source of information.
There's no such thing in a business that feeds on rumors. Have you ever heard the phrase, no publicity is bad publicity? I'm telling you, in about a week, they'll be printing a retraction.
I would dearly hope so. But in all my years as a reader, Soap Opera Weekly has never gotten a story wrong.
Well, they've got to be wrong. Fraternity Row's in great shape. Vicky and I were just watching it about an hour ago, and there were surprises and plot twists, and that show's rolling along like a freight train.
I take it you're referring to Brandon and Brianna and their possibly forbidden love?
Are they brother and sister or not? Is this a love that dare not speak its name? Nah. If that doesn't get people to tune in tomorrow, nothing will.
If only we could tune in ad infinitum. But I suppose all good things must come to an end.
Well, stop it, Nigel. Now you're getting me worried. If that show really is canceled, Vicky's going to be devastated.
As will I.
She's been watching since Megan was on.
How well I recall Miss Harrison's riveting portrayal of Roxanne and Ruby Bright. It won her the Daisy Award. Well, at least we'll have all those memories to keep us warm.
Yes, that we will.
I was wondering if you might want to host a party.
A party?
A special send-off to celebrate all the joy Fraternity Row has given us over the years.
That's a good idea. Vicky would love that, but she wouldn't want me anywhere near it.
Why would you say that, sir?
Because things have changed between Vicky and me.
Since when?
Since I kissed her.
Can you believe the nerve of that guy? The colossal gall! I can't even throw him out! Because I foolishly promised in a court of law that I would be responsible for him. What the hell was I thinking?
Are you asking me?
And now I am committed to sharing a home with Clint Buchanan indefinitely. Well, I'll tell you one thing. We may be sharing a home. We are damn well not going to share anything else. I can promise you that.
Whew, that must have been one pathetic kiss.
What? No. Oh, kiss was perfectly good.
Well, except that you didn't want it. So.
No, I did at the time. And I enjoyed it at the time.
Okay, so then that was a bad thing because...
He didn't kiss me because he wanted me. He kissed me because he couldn't have the other ex-wife. He couldn't have Kim.
There's no revenge on Clint until we find Stacy. So that I can rip Gigi's face right off of her.
You think I'm gonna tell you where she is so you can hurt her?
I'm not letting her walk around like that. I'll take her to the surgeon's office at gunpoint if I have to.
I don't want you traumatizing her.
What about what Stacy's done to me? She'll be lucky I don't kill her. I watched my fiance die, okay? Stacy had no problem pretending that Gigi had come back to life, letting Cutter use that to get the money. Do you know how sick that is?
Stacy has some problems.
Stacy's a freak!
That freak is my best friend.
Really, if you cared about her, why don't you stop her from getting a new face?
I tried. It was too late.
What are you saying? You weren't in on this from the start?
No, jackass. I thought the same thing you thought. That Stacy drowned when she fell through the ice. I didn't know she survived until she walked into the spotted pony, looking exactly like Gigi. For you, Rex. And why someone would go through all that for someone like you, well, that's something I'll never understand, not in a million years.
Oh, thank God you're here.
Aubrey?
Oh, what are you doing here? I thought you were in Brazil. We had to come home. It's urgent. Are you alright? I will be, but only if you'll help me. How can I help you? I need you to catch Stacy Marasco.
Hey, you know you've been here because you remember something? What do you remember?
Where they keep the ketchup.
What was that?
When I needed ketchup just now, I went right behind the counter, and I knew exactly where it was.
So, because you found a bottle of ketchup, you are sure that you've been to the Bonjour Cafe in Paris, Texas?
Oh, it's not just the ketchup, okay? The phone rang, and without even thinking, I picked it up and I said, "Bonjour from the Bonjour Cafe, Pride of Paris, Texas. How can I help you?" Why did I do that? How did I know to use those exact words?
Because you can read?
I'm telling you, it's more than that. Every fiber of my being tells me I'm connected to this place.
Okay, so how are we going to find out if that's true?
Miss, excuse me. Can I ask you something?
Sure, honey, want to hear the specials?
Oh, no. I just want to know. Do I look familiar to you?
Oh my God. It's you.
I'm sorry, Shane. Whatever is going on between you and Jack, I don't think I should get in the middle of it.
So you think it's okay that Jack never has to pay for what he did?
No, of course. People should make amends for their mistakes, but
It wasn't a mistake. Jack tried to lure me into that basement. My mom found out and she went instead. She ended up getting locked in a basement. She breathed in poison until she passed out. Never woke up.
That's so horrible. But I wasn't here when it happened. I didn't know you.
So
I didn't know Jack.
you don't believe me?
That's not what I said, Shane. It's just, I don't think I can help you.
You're the only person that can help me. I need Jack to admit the truth, but he would never say anything to me. He likes you, Neela. You're the one person who can get him to confess.
Who's catching Stacy Marasco? I've never even heard of this disease. She's not a disease, she's a person, and I need you to help me find her.
How can I possibly help you find her when I don't even know who she is?
You may not, but Kim Andrews does.
Kim Andrews?
Right, the original Aubrey Wentworth. You know her. The one you framed for murder and sent to prison.
So you had nothing to do with Stacy's little makeover?
Do you seriously think I go along with something that psycho?
Wouldn't be the first time.
Okay, so I let her talk me into some stuff that was a little...
Stupid, disgusting, criminal.
Maybe I'm smarter than I used to be, okay? And Stacy had to know I'd try and talk her out of getting that surgery because she didn't tell me. She didn't want me or anyone else getting in the middle of her happily ever after with the man of her dreams.
Did Stacy actually think that I would fall for her just because she looked like Gigi?
No. She thought you'd fall for her because you think she was Gigi.
Wait, her plan was to take Gigi's place. So what was supposed to happen to Gigi?
You know me.
Sure, you're that girl.
What girl?
The one from the TV show, the TV show.
What show?
That reality show with the glamorous people and the hair and the problems.
I think what we've got here is a failure to communicate.
I thought maybe you knew me from here at the Bonjour. Stacy Marasco?
Does ring a bell. But you know, I haven't been working here that long. You should ask the owners.
Oh, I'd love to. Are they around?
Not right now, but they're coming back for the big pie-off.
Oh, that pie smells scrumptious.
It's a new recipe. And you are not getting a crumb until you give me all the details. I need to know exactly how Clint ended up kissing you in the first place.
Did you say that you kissed?
Vicky. Yes, I kissed Vicky, and don't look so damn happy about it.
I beg your pardon?
Don't play innocent with me. Nothing would please you more than to have Kimberly Andrews bumped off of my radar.
It's not my place to judge your liaison. My only wish is that you find real contentment. But if you will allow me some curiosity, how did this kiss come to be?
It all started when Vicky and I sat down to watch Fraternity Row.
So, you and Clint are watching Fraternity Row, and...
Okay, and then we started talking about when we started watching Fraternity Row, which was years ago when my daughter Megan was on.
That girl was a spitfire, full of passion and very strong and loyal, so much like her mother. And that's exactly what I said to Vicky.
High praise. She must have been flattered.
I meant it. And Vicky knew that I meant it. So it was in that moment.
Yes?
That something wonderful passed between us, something that both of us remembered from a long, long time ago. And then one thing led to another.
And then all of a sudden, it's like we weren't talking about Megan anymore, or Fraternity Row.
Oh my goodness.
And then I looked at Clint, and he had that look in his eyes. That's a look I haven't seen in a lot of years. Maybe I've just tried not to see it. I couldn't avoid it this time.
Why?
He wouldn't let me.
And that's when I kissed her.
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised. I wasn't really surprised. I kissed him back, and oh, Noelle, I thought this is really what I think I've been wanting all along, you know. Then he started talking about us and our future together.
Your future together? Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, I thought so too. Then he had to go and bring up Kim. Ow!
It just came out. I just mentioned the letter that Kimberly wrote saying she was through with me, and then Vicky completely misunderstood.
Do you blame her?
But she couldn't have been more wrong. She said that I kissed her because I wasn't able to kiss somebody else, namely Kimberly, and it made Vicky feel like some sort of consolation prize.
I see. Well, if you'll permit, is there any truth to that?
My mom wasn't the only one who got hurt by Jack. Red went to jail in his place. Jack was supposed to be his friend. Then he had to sign some confession because Jack's dad paid off his family.
I know, that's awful.
There's no justice. You can change all of that, Mila. Jack trusts you. You can get him to open up.
But, Shane, even if he did, what would that prove? It would be his word against mine.
Not if you get it on tape. I have a tape recorder. You could put it in your purse.
No, Shane, I can't do that.
I know you're a good person, Mila. Someone that wants to do the right thing. So, please, help me fight for what's right.
I don't know what you've heard about Kim Andrews.
Save it, Rama. I know the whole story. Cutter roofied some guy in Kentucky, and instead of just passing out, he dropped dead. Then you took a picture of Cutter with the body. Ring any bells?
Listen, you don't understand.
I understand that you and Cutter then edited him out of the picture and stuck Kim in to make it look like she was the killer. Then you tipped off the police, which is why she's now wearing a prison uniform instead of her usual G-string.
Where did you hear all this?
Where do you think?
If you're going to believe someone like Kim Andrews,
why
then you
wouldn't I believe her? You've never exactly kept your feelings secret. You've never forgiven her for stealing all of your money. So if you couldn't send her to jail for that, here was your chance to send her to jail for something else, right? I'll take that as a yes.
Tell me, why is Kim Andrews so important to you?
She's not. But Rex is.
I don't know what Stacy was planning to do to get Gigi out of the way. She never said, but I made up my mind. I wasn't going to let anything terrible happen.
Because you stopped her from doing whatever it was she was going to do.
No. Well, not exactly. By the time I figured out what Stacy was up to, she was already on her way to Lambview.
Yeah, when was this?
The day you and Gigi were supposed to get married.
Yeah, except that never happened. Because Gigi...
Yeah. Was trapped in that basement. But what you don't know is Stacy was there too.
I think you probably just had a little deja vu, like I did before. You know, where you think that you've done something before or been somewhere, but you really haven't.
Yeah, maybe.
So, now that that's all cleared up, we gotta get us a room at the Bon Suites and figure out how we're gonna pay for it.
Told you, can find jobs.
Right, with no references, no connections.
Stop worrying. I have a good feeling about this place.
Did I hear you saying you're looking for jobs?
Yes, why?
Just so happens we're hiring.
Nigel, you should know better. I would never consider Vicky anybody's consolation prize.
Nor would I.
But for her to say that I turned to her because I couldn't have Kimberly, that's just plain wrong. And I told her that, but she kept saying this, asking the same question over and over again. Would you have kissed me if you had never received that letter?
I assume you told her that, of course, you would have kissed her regardless. Didn't you?
I told her it wasn't a fair question because you could never know the answer. And Kimberly did write that letter.
Yeah.
But that letter has no bearing on my feelings for Vicky. And damn it, Vicky should know that.
So her tender heart would not be in any danger if she opened it to you?
Why would her heart be in danger?
Just if by chance you were harboring any lingering feelings for Miss Andrews?
Nigel, what are you accusing me of?
Sir, I've had the privilege of serving your family for many years, and during that time I've done my best to be supportive and to keep my opinions to myself.
And I've told you before, that's not necessary.
Well, be that as may, Victoria Lord is not Buchanan. She is a friend. And on her behalf, I want you to be rigorous. To ask and answer all the tough questions and do it with all the honesty you can muster.
So finally, I just flat out asked him, would you have kissed me if you had not received that letter from Kimberly?
And what was his answer?
Oh, he didn't have an answer. He said, can't we just go back to watching Fraternity Row like nothing ever happened? Do you believe that? Can't we just go back to watching Fraternity Row?
So, what did you do?
I left.
So, that's it? You and Clint are history?
Well, I am not going to play second fiddle to that, what does he call her, exotic dancer. Unless you have an option I haven't thought of yet.
Maybe this one. Give Clint a reason to make Kim the one who comes in second.
Emergency!
Emergency! Get her some water.
No water! I need
A doctor? I'll get you a doctor.
No, I don't need a doctor. A hero. I need a hero. And you're it.
Are you seriously suggesting that I fight for that man? No! I'm not going to be Miss First Runner-Up to her.
I am not suggesting that you are first runner-up to anyone. But the thing is, I don't think Clint was either.
Oh, no. He didn't have time to do that. He was much too busy telling his sob story about the Dear John letter he got from Kimberly.
What he was doing is what men have done since dinosaurs roamed the earth. He was sticking his big fat hairy foot in his mouth. But I don't think Clint meant it the way you took it.
You're wrong. He did. Of course he did. That man was a newspaper man for decades, and if anyone understands the power of a well-chosen word, it's Clint.
All right, then. So if you went home right now to find him down on one knee with a few well-chosen words of apology, what would you do then?
You know what? It's too late. I am not going to forget this. He only wanted me because he couldn't have the newer, younger model.
All right, honey. Have some pie. And think about this. If Clint is dumb enough to want some cheap new model when he could have a gorgeous classic, then I say good riddance.
You want me to save Fraternity Row?
It's a show on TV.
Mr. Buchanan knows what Fraternity Row is. He's a devoted fan.
You are? Well, of course you are. I mean, who wouldn't be a fan? All right, so you gotta prove it. You gotta show him who's boss.
Roxy, I'm sorry, but if you think I have the power to keep a show on the air...
Of course you got the power, because your papa used to own it.
Well, yeah, he did for a while, but he sold the rights years ago.
Well, then buy him back.
Nah, BE is not in the TV production business anymore.
Wait a minute. What does BE stand for?
Buchanan Enterprises.
Right. So Fraternity Row is an enterprise. So what's one more enterprise? You got room for another enterprise, right?
Roxy, I wish it were that simple.
Well, it is that simple. Either we keep on watching the show, or we're just gonna be kissing it goodbye.
Well, yeah, I would like to keep watching the show.
Well, then we gotta stand up for it. All the fans have gotta unite. I mean, we gotta unite. We gotta throw away our differences and just be there for each other. You know, like the way Lorraine and Flora, they united together to beat Butch.
Oh, that was a crackerjack story, wasn't it?
Oh, that was such a hell of a story, but there have been so many of them. I mean, it's been like 43 years.
43 years? It's been on that long?
Yeah, damn straight. I mean, Fraternity Row, it's been with us through thin and thinner. We gotta be there for him. So you with me?
Yeah, I've been doing double shifts for a week now because we lost one of our servers, and then this morning the dishwasher doesn't show up.
Oh, so you need a waitress and a dishwasher.
Any experience?
Give me an Adam and Eve on a raft, hold the axle grease.
What did she just say?
She just asked for poached eggs on toast, no butter. I see you know your way around a diner.
Yeah. I guess I do.
What are you saying? That Stacy was there when Gigi died?
I can't give you a minute-by-minute rundown, but here's what I saw. I tracked Stacy to an abandoned house, and when I got there, I found her. She was passed out. I got my girl to wake up for like a second, but then she just passed out again. So I start dragging Stacy to my car, and then that's when I saw you.
You saw me?
Your car pulled up, and then you ran inside like a bat out of hell, and I figured if Gigi was in there, you'd make sure she was okay. So I took off with Stacy.
I don't believe this.
And then I finally got her to a hospital in Kentucky so I could keep a close eye on her. Doctors said it didn't look good, but I didn't give up. I went and saw her every single day, Rex. I begged her to open her eyes, but she just lay there, not moving a muscle in that bed. And that's how she stayed until you came here and told me different, you and your new girlfriend.
I knew it. This was all about trying to win Rex's heart.
No, Rex is not ready to give his heart to anyone. I told you that. Just because we shared some random kiss doesn't mean anything's gonna come of it.
He kissed you?
I kissed him, which was not a good idea.
Why not?
Because he's still in love with Gigi. But she's dead. So, if he's not ready, he's not ready. So we're just friends.
Okay. But how does this Kim Andrews fit into this whole thing?
Oh, because she has some vital information about this scam that Gigi's sister is trying to pull on Rex.
And Gigi's sister being the Stacy Morasco character.
Right. And Kim won't share the information unless we get her out of prison.
Which is why you need my help.
Right. You have access to that original photo, which proves Kim innocent. I need that picture, Rama. Please.
Hello?
Jack?
Neela. Hey. I was starting to think I wasn't going to hear from you.
I've had a lot of thinking to do,
About me?
among other things.
So what's the verdict? Are we going to go out or not? I mean, if your brother says it's okay.
He already did.
He did?
Yes, so... When are you free?
Oh, Roxy, I'm so sorry. But as a businessman, I have to respect the bottom line.
And what does that mean?
It means that if there were even one more nickel to be made off of Fraternity Row, I would be making it. But no, I will not be saving an institution whose time has come.
Whose time has come? Do you believe this?
I'm flattered that you think that I could save the day, but it's just not in the cards. I'm sorry.
You are one condescending son of a bitch. Okay, you don't want to help me? I'll save the show myself.
What's her problem?
A simple no thank you would have sufficed.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, the pastry world has just been set on its ear. This is your finest hour.
Oh, you really think so?
Honey, I came in here, I didn't think I would eat for weeks. This is the most delicious thing I've ever had in my life.
Oh, do you think it's delicious enough to win the Paris, Texas pie off?
Hands down.
Oh, I hope you're right. Because Mo and I are going back to take back the championship. Wish me luck.
How would you like your own personal cheering section there.
You want to come down to Paris?
Why not?
Oh, Vic. Wait a minute. Is this about pie or is it about Clint?
Oh, you don't want me to come?
No, I would love it. And you know, Gigi would really appreciate it too.
Gigi?
Well, she was my inspiration for this pie.
Oh.
And you know, Vicky, I have been thinking about her non-stop lately.
Yeah, I know. I miss her so much.
Vicky, you want to hear something weird? I called the bonjour a minute ago, and I could have sworn I heard her voice.
Gigi's voice?
I'm serious, Vicky. The girl on the other end of the phone sounded exactly like her.
So what'd you say your name was?
Stacy Marasco.
You're hired, Stacy. Callie.
Thanks, Callie. I can't wait to get started.
So what about you? You wash dishes?
Well, I guess there's a first time for everything.
He's just kidding. He'll be great.
You do have rubber gloves, right?
Come in all sizes. So you ready to get started?
Yeah, sooner the better. You got an order pad?
Oh, no, whoa. Can't work in your civvies. Mo wants everybody in uniform. But come on back. I got you covered.
Any time is good for me.
We could catch a movie or...
Or you could come over to my house and we could just hang out.
Hang out? Sure, I guess I can come over to your house.
Okay, great. Just let me run it by my mom. I'll call you right back.
Okay.
Thank you, Nilo. Thank you so much. Here's the tape recorder. Just stick it in your purse and you're ready to go.
I don't think I'll need it right away. It's going to take Jack more than one night to let his guard down.
Take it just in case. You never know. He might be ready to get things off his chest.
How can you call someone like Kim innocent? She's done terrible things, okay? Stealing from me was only one on the long list.
Yes, it was, but she did not murder anyone, Rama. She shouldn't be put away for life.
I owe her nothing.
But you owe me, don't you? When Vimmel threw you out, I let you stay with me.
Just for a couple of days.
It was at least a week.
6 days tops.
All right, fine. Next time your husband catches you making goo-goo eyes at Lambview's Best Arms, don't expect me to stick up for you.
Wait.
Why, are you gonna come through for me?
Stacy was there. She could have saved Gigi, but she let her own sister die because...
Stacy got hurt too.
No, look, if she had the strength to crawl out of that basement, she could have done something. She's as responsible for Gigi's death as Jack Manning is.
You don't know that. Look, neither of us know what happened that night.
Well, we'll find out soon enough. Stacy's gonna tell us.
Well, nobody's gonna tell anybody anything. Not until I get out of here.
Well, start packing your bags. Look what Aubrey sent.
Oh my God. Oh my... I'm free. I'm free.
Watch out, Stacy. I'm coming for you.
So, is it okay?
Yeah, I checked with her mom. It's all good. Someone can get here.
I can leave right away. I'll see you soon.
I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. I think it's about time we get to know each other a little better.
I don't know how you did it, Aubrey, but you're amazing.
What happens now?
Well, I go to the police, I show them the photo. With any luck, Kim gets released. I'll call you as soon as we're back in Lambview.
Okay, travel safe.
Yeah, and Aubrey, what you did for me, I will never be able to thank you enough.
You don't have to thank me.
You're a really great friend.
I'm lucky to have you in my life.
I'm glad you're in my life, too.
Except he's not in your life the way you want him to be.
It's enough for now.
Well, it will have to be because soon Cutter will officially be off the market.
What do you mean?
Aubrey, are you really not thinking what will happen when you hand over the evidence to clear Kim? You're sending Cutter to jail in her place.
How's it going?
Never been better.
Stacy, how's it fit?
Like a glove. Seriously, it's like it's made for me.
Perfect. Now all you need is a new name tag. We're having a hard time recycling these old ones.
Time's up.
Didn't you hear? He's getting me sprung.
That's what they all say.
No, except this time it's true. I'll see you soon.
And when I do, you've only got one job. Finding Stacy.
I'm teaching Clint Buchanan a lesson he'll never forget. Watch out, cowboy. Here I come.
Vicky, I'm glad you're back. We need to talk.
No, I'm going upstairs to pack.
To pack?
Mm.
Where are you going?
Someplace where you can't follow me.